And now Johnny Cochran, once again, the witness, Richard Rubin, his third day on the stand. He's back again.
As most fine dress gloves come off easiest when the hand is extended and the thumb is tucked in toward the hand to make the glove slide off easier. Any movement of the thumb upwards would restrict going on or off, obviously, and then any cupping of the fingers would restrict the glove coming off easily.
Thank you very much.
And Mr. Cochran, would you keep in mind that you're shielding out?
Thank you.
Okay.
Now, and I'll move back to my position. With regard to this glove, the alleged right glove, which was LAPD number 9, I don't know the exhibit number, Your Honor. Does this glove appear to have more of a substance on the leather?
Yes, it does.
Than the left glove. That's obvious. Is that not?
Very much so.
And with regard to those two gloves, would you expect that the glove on the right, that seems to have more residue of some sort of a liquid, would have shrunk more than the glove on the left, the glove found allegedly at Bundy?
I call speculation.
Or will?
Yes, I would.
You would expect that. All right. Now, with regard to the left glove, do you see any cuts on the left glove specifically?
Did you test the gloves from Bundy, or I'm sorry, strike that. Did you examine the gloves from Bundy and Rockingham to see if the lining had shrunk at all?
It was actually difficult to tell. I looked at
extra light gloves, those placed before you there. Am I to understand that within the extra large glove, there's some variance in size of the extra large gloves manufactured by Iris Isotonic?
That's correct.
And am I to understand, sir, that within the extra large category, there are at least 3 different kinds, is that correct?
I've always considered it that way,
Okay.
yes.
And what are the 3 different areas?
There would be a perfect...
Over to the podium. And Mr. Rubin, would you, you've removed the forming inserts?
Yes, I did.
All right, and would you, I think we need to cut the string that's in between them. Can you just pull those apart? Thank you. All right, would you hand the right-hand glove to Mr. Simpson, please?
Will we have Mr. Simpson sit back to the podium? Your Honor.
No comments, counsel. I'll direct it. And Mr. Simpson, would you please, however, stand at the podium? Thank you. Turn to your right, please. All right, Mr. Dartmouth, you have a seat, please?
I'm just trying to see the demonstration.
Counsel, be seated, please. All right, Mr. Rubin, would you give Mr. Simpson the left glove, please? All right, Mr. Simpson, would you show your hands to the jury, please? Front and back. All right, thank you, sir. All right. And would you remove the gloves and give them back to Mr. Rubin, please?
May I request that Mr. Rubin feel the gloves on Mr. Simpson's hand?
No, witness objective.
Sustain. All right. Mr. Rubin, did you retake the witness stand, please? Mr. Darden.
Mr. Rubin, I didn't see what happened. Could you tell me what happened?
No, objection, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Mr. Simpson
Sustain. Why don't you re-ask the question?
approached the podium.
Hold on. Re-ask the question.
Mr. Rubin, could you describe for me, please, what occurred during that demonstration?
Mr. Simpson approached the podium in front of the jury box, took the right glove from me, and proceeded to put it on his right hand. And then I handed him the left glove, and he proceeded to put it on his left hand.
Okay. Did he have any difficulty?
I object to the form of that question.
You can ask him his opinion regarding the fit.
Okay. Could you give us your opinion regarding the...
Background, anything further?
Yes, just a very few questions, Your Honor. So that what that demonstration by the prosecution just showed us is that Mr. Simpson will... I haven't finished the question yet, Your Honor. Okay?
Proceed.
Thank you. What that demonstration by the prosecution just showed us is that Mr. Simpson will be like 99.5% of all males in America. Is that correct? Is he putting the gloves on?
That's correct.
All right. And you understand in this case, the real question is whether or not the gloves that were found allegedly in this case would be fit by Mr. Simpson. You understand that, do you?
Yes, I do.
All right. And those are the gloves that we talked about last week. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And those are the gloves that where you found that the left glove is now maybe slightly bigger than a large. Is that correct?
Yes, but I would like to re-examine them if you really pinned me down. I would rather re-examine them and compare them to the gloves here or any other pair that's in the courtroom to give myself a more accurate statement as to exactly what size they are.
All right. But what you told us before was that you thought it was similar to a large. Is that correct?
Yes.
But in any event, you know they were smaller than these gloves, these new gloves that we got sent out here yesterday from back east. Is that correct?
In length.
All right. Is that right? You understand that?
Yes.
That's your understanding, right? Now, with regard to Miss Susan Brockbank, the lady from the Los Angeles Police Department that I asked you about, have you had occasion to see...
Sustained.
Oh, let me see if I can ask another way, Your Honor. Do you have a problem with measuring Mr. Simpson's hands?
Sustained. The measurement is what's the issue.
All right, Your Honor. You measured Mr. Simpson's hands here in this court, is that right?
Yes, I did.
And we were all present at the time?
Yes.
All right. And that was before the jury came in, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Now, so you met with Mr. Darden 3.5 hours, and you met with us about 15 minutes, is that correct?
Approximately.
And during the last part of our meeting, when we were over in this corner, who came and stood by us as we were having the meeting, as we were talking?
Mr. Darden.
He was hurrying us up, isn't that right? You remember that?
I don't know what Mr. Darden was thinking at the time. He did come over.
And what did he say when he came over? Hurry up?
I don't remember his exact words.
All right, you saw him standing there, didn't you?
Yes,
While
I
we
did.
were talking, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. Just...
Ms. Clark.
Thank you, Your Honor.